I'm Kristen Varton. Here are some of the stories making headlines locally, starting off with a deadly train crash that claimed one person's life near Shafter. Friday afternoon, the Kern County Fire Department responded to a call for a vehicle crash on Santa Fe Way between Orange and Burbank Street. When firefighters arrived on scene, they found a car on fire, wedged underneath an Amtrak train. 137 people total, including all passengers and Amtrak employees, were thankfully safely evacuated, and the driver of that vehicle did unfortunately die at the scene, and 3 train passengers were treated for minor injuries. Community organizers gathered in Delano Friday, rallying to make housing more affordable for residents there. Organizers with Loud for Tomorrow pushed for City Council to establish rent control in the city. The organization says housing costs in Kern County have gone up more than 25% over the past 2 years. That makes it challenging for low-income families to keep up with rising rates. And so Loud for Tomorrow tells us that rent control would help more families stay in this community. Now let's take a look at our weather forecast. We are experiencing dry conditions throughout the entire county right now. High 90s throughout most of it except for our mountain areas, but dry pretty much throughout. We also have hazy conditions on the way because we are in that high moderate range right now. Not the best air quality that we could get. Also, the lack of rainfall we've had pretty much all season is leading to us getting into these worser conditions as far as the drought is concerned. The drought monitor is now telling us that we are pretty much in the entire county in that shaded region, which is D4 extreme drought, compared to the rest of the state. Pretty much half and half there. In Northern California, we're seeing those moderate drought conditions right now. Central Valley is getting hit worse though. We went from 41% in D3 to 60%. Definitely not looking good for us in that range. Who knows what that will lead to as far as our water supply is concerned. Of course, we'll be following that. We are, of course, in those high 90s this weekend, which means get that sunscreen ready. Make sure you're nicely hydrated. We will have some reprieve from that on Monday and Tuesday, but then we'll quickly get back into those 90s and pretty much be sunny throughout the entire region, which means you will feel it. You will also feel some slight winds here in the valley. More like a breeze though in those 5 to 10 mile per hour ranges, but our mountain communities and our deserts especially getting more of those wind gusts in the mid 20s for us in our deserts, which will also lead to some dust being blown around tonight. So just be wary of that and be careful out there. For our mountains, more in the 15 to 20 mile per hour range. And we will still have pretty hot conditions considering the wind we have coming our way there. In our valleys, in our mountains, those high 80s to start. We're going to end in those mid 70s. Tehachapi and Fraser Park, we're going to be in those high 70s to low 70s, and then we'll end on a 66 and 67 degree note there. So that's what's making headlines for us right now. We'll have another update for you later on in the day.